let's go ahead and dive in today. Let's just get to baseball. Normally, we let Ebo do a teensy tiny baseball segment every single week to match his rather diminutive physical appearance. Good job wearing black. I'm going extra small today. But it is a double XL baseball day as the MLB playoffs got way underway yesterday.
You go. Yep.
And it was awesome, dude. I mean, almost every single game was great, full of excitement. Ebo, where do you want to start?
Start at the top, I think. Guardians, Tigers. First off, I want to start with this, with the wild card round. How do we feel about the fact that the Guardians essentially won this division with a massive comeback, and their reward was to play the same team again? And they didn't really earn anything other than home field advantage here, and they earned the right to face Tarek Skubal again.
Okay.
And Tarek Skubal absolutely shoved it down their throats.
Right. So here's my problem with this whining, because I saw Tate doing it yesterday. Oh no, we did all that and we won the right to face Tarek Skubal. Well, you won all that to get in the playoffs, and did you think you weren't going to play a good team?
Yeah, I don't get it. You don't
get to the playoff.
You don't have to play their best player,
right? You just got to this point where now you're playing for something. If you beat them twice down the stretch, why don't you beat them again?
Yeah, play the good teams. Play who's in front of your nose. Also, there is probably a 100% chance if you made the playoffs as the Guardians, you're either going to face Max Fried, Garrett Crochet, or Tarek Skubal, who all looked awesome last night.
Yeah.
But this game was, AL Central baseball is a beautifully disgusting product. It is perfect for the Rust Belt region of the country to be playing Baltimore chops and sack bunts and suicide squeezes. Unearned runs. It is beautiful Maxian baseball, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. Zero earned runs yesterday for the Tigers after scoring correction. 0 earned runs. They went 2-1.
Crazy.
Look, I mean,
wasn't the Guardians run unearned as well, or was it earned?
It was earned.
Okay, excuse me.
Either way, that was an exciting way to start today. Shout out to Tate. He made it out the corn maze last night. Maybe we could touch on that a bit.
What time did they make it out?
I think it took about 5 hours.
Okay.
2 of those hours, Mincy was reading the map inversely.
Well, that, and then he said about 2 hours in, I can't read this map. It's like a maze.
Whatever, you get to after dark. Okay, so look, that was, again, Guardians fall game number 1, you run into Skubal, that's what's going to happen.
Do you guys appreciate...
They have home field advantage. That's a huge advantage. They got to take advantage.
Also, can I say this about the Guardians?
Yeah, go ahead.
Skubal can't pitch again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to win 2 games at home. You got to win 2 out of 3 series, and Skubal can't pitch again.
Madison Bumgarner would say, you are wrong, Brandon Walker. He could pitch again.
Probably not going to.
Probably won't again, but as a casual baseball fan, do you guys appreciate the 2-1 no run game? Like, I found what I find so awesome about postseason baseball is not necessarily offense or great plays. It is the suspense of the moment.
What do you get?
Nothing. Kyle heard it.
You rushed through postseason.
It did. Okay.
You made postseason sound like something that was.
I heard that as well. I thought I was maybe just in my head on that one.
We'll talk during the break. We'll talk during the break.
No, look, what was your question?
Do you appreciate a 2-1 baseball game?
So after watching the Dodgers blow out the Reds last night, I was going through the day. I was complaining it was 3-1, 2-1, 3-1. I was like, where's the excitement? Where are the runs? And then the Dodgers blew out the Reds, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's not exciting either.
No,
so
I think
I do appreciate it.
I love low scoring. It's exactly, we had AJ Brzezinski on the show yesterday, and it's exactly what he said. Like at this point, because I was asking, why does a guy like Judge maybe seemingly struggle more in the postseason? And his explanation wasn't like nerves. It was just that the focus of the pitchers goes up so much at this point. They're locked in for every single pitch, and you could feel that in nearly every game yesterday.
There were still opportunities. Like, people were still getting on base. In that Guardians game, like, they had the runner at third with no outs in the 9th inning with a chance to tie the game, and they just couldn't capitalize. So there were still moments.
I mean, the Yankees.
And then the Yankees was the most obvious one.
Yankees had
I didn't know if we were getting to that. Yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy.
That stat almost sounded fake yesterday, right?
That stat is fake. There's no chance.
I know it came from a verified check account. I think they're telling us. There's no way.
That there's never been.
The stat was that the Yankees were the only team in the history of postseason baseball.
Yeah.
They enunciated well there.
Yeah.
Playoff baseball to ever have the bases loaded, nobody out, and not score a single run.
Yeah.
When trailing in the 9th inning.
That makes, I guess,
Baseball's old, man. Baseball's very old. Baseball goes back a long way.
They were playing on Civil War battlegrounds.
They were playing a long time ago.
But what a job by Chapman, man. I mean, you want to talk about back against the wall, zero margin of error, just high leverage, balls on the line every single pitch, and I'll be damned if he didn't find a way out of it, dude. One of the all-time great performances after making it a little sketchy.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple things to point to with this game. The playoff baseball games the margins are so thin. And the Yankees lineup, if you go look at Goldschmidt 2 hits, Aaron Judge 2 hits. But, I mean, the defense from the Yankees has always been kind of an issue, the fundamentals. Last year, the Dodgers said they kind of want to just put the ball in play and make the Yankees make plays. And then this play from Sogard, stretching out to 2, basically won them the game. And I think it's more about what happened in the other one where Judge, who we all know has UCL damage, I think they said this throw is about 70 miles an hour back to the base. Kind of lackadaisical getting this ball, a little lazy. I think if you're the MVP and the defense doesn't matter crowd like the Yankees are, you got to at least come up hustling. You got to show some urgency to give yourself more time for this throw because, I mean, that essentially lost him the game. If he holds that runner at first, we're probably going to extra innings. It's 1-1.
You're being nice. It is absurd that a Major League Baseball right fielder allowed that to be a double.
Yeah.
That is absurd. In a playoff game, in a one-run game, that sets them up to win the game. That puts both runners in scoring position. That is absurd that the so-called MVP would allow that to happen.
Yeah. I think there's some sort of issue there. I don't know what the Yankees do.
It's one thing to have, if you don't have an arm, okay, your arm's hurt. You can run to the ball.
Yeah.
You can give it effort. If he just runs to the ball, the runner doesn't try to go second at all. If he sees any hustle, the only reason he decided I'm going to make this big turn and I'm going to go is because he saw Judge loafing in the outfield in a playoff game.
Yeah, at least deke like you're going to
The
come
center
up firing.
fielders, they were both loafing.
Yeah.
Nobody attacked that baseball.
And then maybe this is a problem with Yankee culture currently. I know Yankees fans love to blame Aaron Boone. They had to sit Ben Rice, and didn't have to, but he chose to sit Ben Rice, Jazz Chisholm yesterday against a lefty. Brought in Luke Weaver here in the tough spot. Immediately after Max Fried gets to 100 pitches, could have left Max Fried in. You can second guess all you want with the Yankees. You can play revisionist history, but I mean, they need Aaron Boone because they need a scapegoat. The Yankees fans are so angry. They need someone to blame. You can't fire him. What are you going to do?
We've talked about this game too long without mentioning Garrett Crochet, though.
Awesome.
Because he was unbelievable.
So how many pitches did he throw? 117?
117, and pitch 117 was 100 miles an hour.
Painted at the knees.
To get through 7 2/3 of one-run baseball. I think he retired 17 Yankees in a row after giving up the solo shot. He was and look, pitching wins World Series. Again, that's what Brzezinski said yesterday. And it was obvious, right? Whether you look at what the Cubs pin did yesterday or Crochet into Chapman, just massive performance from Crochet on the biggest stage.
Listen, I think devotion
11 Ks?
to pitch counts is fine in July. It's
Yeah.
fine in August. If you get in this spot in the seventh inning, was it seventh inning or sixth inning of a playoff game, you're protecting a one-run lead, and you have your best pitcher on the mound, let your best pitcher figure out a way out of it. That's just me, though.
But the fact that they were able to ride him all the way and then go right into a Aroldis Chapman, who, are we giving enough credit, by the way, as this is one of the best seasons he's ever had at age 37? With a 1.17 ERA.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
He's one of the most physically talented people to ever touch a baseball, despite all his shortcomings.
In the feeling and the rankings of great sports feelings, where does the 8th inning insurance run rank?
Oh, that's
because
good.
it
Yeah,
is
I like that.
it is
The tack on?
Oh my God, you want to
Love a good
talk,
tack
bro?
on.
You want to talk about the warm feelings that infuses in you, giving you just a little bit of breath, a little bit of life, a little bit of margin of error. It's absolutely one of the best.
There's nothing more gut-wrenching than being on the
Disheartening.
other side.
Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal.
Nothing.
As long as we can keep them 2-1, we got a chance. And then you get the third one, and it just feels like it's death. Are you going to hold the bat the whole show?
Yeah, I'm Fat McAfee. Get it?
You're not even fat.
Thank you, Brandon. Look how kind that was, guys.
Yeah, you look very nice.
Anyway, we are in Chicago, so we got to talk about the Cubs. Wrigley Field yesterday, electric environment. Didn't seem like maybe they were going to get anything going offensively, and then Seiya Suzuki remains red hot. He is now homered in 5 games in a row after his extended slump. Back-to-back jacks. They did end up taking the lead. They have a nice insurance run of their own. And the Cubs pin, man, what were the final numbers? 4 2/3 pitched, no hits, no walks, 4 Ks, dominant performance out of Chicago.
T-Bob, that's just classic Octigley.
Yeah.
Octigley, yeah.
There's nothing like Octigley.
Octigley.
That's Octigley. That's Octigley baseball right there.
Yeah.
Octigley Field.
The bleachers are always rocking during Octigley. And,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you what, shout out Palencia, who came in, faced the top of the Padres order, had been struggling in the last 7 games, gave up 6 runs, absolutely shoved. Absolutely shoved.
I don't like saying shoved.
Shoved.
Why not?
Shoved is not a great shoved. When did we start saying shove for being a great pitcher?
All right, let's think
Because
something else.
you shove it down their throat. You shove them in a locker.
I don't like shoved.
100
it
shoved
up.
down your throat.
Some of us have had shoved problems at Barstool. It's a little offensive.
That's okay, yeah.
There were about 25 moments yesterday where someone threw a pitch, and I'm like, how in the world does a human being hit that?
Right.
Like that ChatGPT or like build a robot to hit that. A human being should not be able to hit what Palencia was throwing, what Crochet was
No,
throwing.
the level of the quality of pitch yesterday was just. You're right. It boggles the mind. KB, do you have an alternate term from shove that you would like to see pitchers use?
An alternate term for shove.
Ruminate on it.
Yeah, let me think.
ruminate on
Thank
it, and I want to see what you can come up with.
All right.
I don't like shove for pitcher, and I don't like rake for hitting.
Okay, I'll give you rake.
There's nothing
fine.
altogether dominant about raking leaves. It's a very docile form of doing.
Well,
something.
but you rake people over the coals, Brandon, which is a bit more aggressive. Can't you rake someone with maybe a claw? of
I
some
just don't
sort?
think raking is a very aggressive action. and you
It's one letter off.
talk about hit.
Did you learn anything? Did we learn
It's very
anything yesterday, or what was your biggest takeaway from yesterday that you feel like you learned that maybe you didn't know going in?
Maybe it's something I didn't know going in, but the Dodgers, if the game is 6 innings long, are unbeatable. The second the bullpen comes in, it's trouble. But you turn on the game last night, and it's 1-0 before you can get to your seat. I mean, Ohtani drives the ball in the gap, or drives the ball over the wall, and then you come the second time through the order, and everybody hits the ball hard. Hunter Green's out by the 4th inning. I mean, the Dodgers. If Mookie Betts is over this Japanese food poisoning or whatever he had happen in April or March,
that's still going on.
their 1-4 is the best in baseball. I don't think it's close.
Could I pose a question here?
Yeah.
So they were up 8-0 last night. Final score wound up being 10-5. Bullpen had some struggles, which has been the case for a couple months now. Would they consider putting Ohtani in the pen?
I think they've talked about that, and Kershaw as well, potentially.
I mean, it might make some sense.
If I was the Dodgers, I would just tell all the bullpen guys, go home and say, we're just going to throw one starter 1 through 5, another starter 6 through 9, and go home.
They do have like 6 or 7 starters.
Yeah, they have 19 starting pitchers. They got to be able. I mean, they should throw just like Betts out there. Maybe see how he does.
So starter 1 goes the first 5.
Yeah.
Starter 2 goes the last 4.
Yeah, and then yeah.
Look, an excellent day of baseball. What a way to kick off the playoffs. Great games all around. Looking forward to doing it all again today.